when, they have that saying, when somebody tells you something about themselves for the first time, believe them. I'm finding that to be fucking true. Excuse my French. But I recall quite clearly one time when I was one moment when I was working at Canara Thai restaurant in Van Nuys. This must be over 2 years ago now. And one of our customers was eating the tom yum soup that he always ordered. And I was talking with him. It was Todd. And he asked me, he's like, so what's going to happen if you and this guy don't work out? Like, what are you going to do? And I replied very sharply and quickly. I was like, I'm probably going to just run back to the ranch and no one's ever going to see me again. And that's pretty much what happened. Came back to the ranch and, people got to come to me now, kind of. Not always. I go to people as well. But how I responded really was, even though it was just my truth at the moment and I kind of was joking and I was totally had my fingers crossed and was hoping that would never be the case. But that came out to be true. And I take it one step further, and this one I shouldn't really probably think about because I have no way of validating or finding out what happened. But Justin said to me at one point that if he ever had to move back to Ohio, he would become an alcoholic or a drunk. And at the time I was like, no, you're a strong man and you would find your roots in your family and do good in your community. I tried to instill like a bigger for him to have more faith in himself and what's possible for him and his future. And I think he kind of just rubbed off like, you don't know what you're talking about, Yeah. But I also was like very well aware of at the time that his community was changing, and as hard as they kind of harp on gentrification, I think it's just like everything where there's pros and cons, and full-blown gentrification isn't the solution, but maybe integrating some of the old classic community styles with some gentrification, like the basic concepts of it, are kind of interesting. I think a little bit of something from both sides would be cool, but not all of one. But I guess long story short though was, I wanted to have like a little bit, I wanted him to see hope in his future, even if that truth would ever come to be someday for him. Because it wasn't at the time, like, he and I were still together, and we were living together, and we were trying to be successful actors and do our thing and, live our best lives. But it was just really, really hard. And we were totally, totally struggling and just trying to make things work. And now, where we are now is he's back in Ohio. I'm here, back at the ranch. And we're not together. We're not even talking or communicating in any form. But yeah, I think circling back, somebody tells you the truth about them the first time, believe them. Simmer in that truth. Relish in it. Put some more garnishes on it. Take away some garnishes. Like, nah, I don't really like that. You know. But you only got this one life to live. And I'm not saying I have any regrets really looking back on that, because I think so much of it was just new to me. Like, I had never lived with a guy before outside of my own family. Hey, Bobby. And, it was my first intimate relationship where we were living together and trying to make it work, and also we were both actors and stuff. So, yeah, you only got this one life, but I think, everything is everything. There's so many cliches you can say, but it's all kind of like a hive. This fits into this little honeycomb, and this honeycomb here is the foundation for this one, and this one fits here. It all lines up. It all makes a person and makes our world that we live in. So that's all. And I guess I just hope that he's not an alcoholic. I'm actually positive he's not, because I thought for a long time that he needed to move back to Ohio. I thought it was really important for him to, I feel like he's the type of dude that needs that foundation of people that, like, literally, they have been there from day one. Like, from the moment he was born. Like, he needs those people in his life that he can wholeheartedly, they will never fail him, family and friends. And that support group and network. He had some friends out here, that were really great to him, and he really appreciates, and they appreciate him. But it's a different, it's a different grounding, it's a different base. And about 6 months into our relationship, I wanted to say, hey, can we move back to Ohio? Because I love your family, and I think you kind of just need some of their wisdom and advice, and maybe we could take a step back and be there with them. But I didn't say that. I tried to just stay positive and keep, like, working at it, and try to just do the best that I could at the time with what I had and with him. And he was totally trying to do the same too. But timing is everything, and we couldn't really make it work. And the moment that he told me he was going back to Ohio, it was kind of relief. Because I just knew, like, that's what he needed. He really needed to be back home with people he trusted completely and knew who they are and how they operate and why they do what they do. And so he could get grounded in himself and go from there, LA is hard, and it can really pull a person in, like, a whole different directions. Simply when they're just trying to, like, get enough money to eat dinner, make a meal. And throw on, like, trying to have like an intimate relationship and friendships and, all the yada yada yada. So, yeah. Long story short, I'm happy he moved back to Ohio. I just really hope that he's like the one exception to the rule of that when somebody tells you their truth the first time, believe them. Because I don't want to believe that he started drinking and in a way that he couldn't control and, let his worst fears come to life. Because I know that's not what he wanted for himself. I'm pretty sure that was just what he was saying so that, he would make sure that it didn't happen. And I'm gonna choose to have faith in myself that I chose a good fucking dude, whether we're still together or not, and that he's doing right by him and his family. So that's what's important to me. Cause yeah, honestly, he's a great guy, and wish him the best. Now, my friend Daylith, on the other hand, would say, Tannen, weren't you saying about, like, a few months ago, like, you couldn't care less what happened to the dude? And I would say, yes, Daylith, you are absolutely right. And I do recall, though, saying that you were probably right at the time, that was wrong of me to say that, and that I probably at some point, hopefully, would have a change of heart and change of mind. And so, Daylith, I'm here saying right now to you also, you're right. It feels much nicer to just wish somebody the best. So, yeah. And through all of this, I've had many great friends and family members that have supported me and helped me and mainly just like listen to me ramble about shit and stuff, and whether it's good or bad, and have told me, you're fine, or yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of work, but you'll get there, or, any X, Y, or Z. Like, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of that you've done for me and my sanity. So, that's all. Love you guys. Little words of wisdom from me to you on this Wednesday. Okay? I hope that all kind of makes sense and gives you kind of like a picture, and take what you think is helpful and useful from it and throw the rest away, because something works some of the time, but nothing works none of the time. And I'm personally trying to get more, create more of a structure in regards to my creativity. And so I'm kind of experimenting with this, just communicating and trying to build my mechanics so that at some point I can have fluidity in my life. I know from the outside it probably looks like that girl is just like a rat coasting, so fluid, but I want more productivity, positive productivity in my life. So that's why I'm doing this as well. Anywho, love you. Peace and blessings and serenity from me to you.